Hello, students, and welcome back to our Business English video series focusing on giving you actionable tips to get into the business world, to not be overwhelmed by how to learn English for business purposes. So, we're going to dive in and talk a little bit about this particular tip, which is about translating corporate buzzwords into plain English. So, corporate buzzwords, what does that mean? Well, buzzwords basically means words that are commonly used or are very popular. But in this case, we have a list here that I found on LinkedIn actually, where the author, it's not me, but I wanted to share this list with you because it's really good to copy and to follow. But it's the title of this is The Corporate Buzzwords I Refuse to Use Anymore. What I say now instead. And I want to go through both of them because it's important to know exactly how to translate what you might hear in the English speaking corporate world and exactly what your boss or your colleague or a client may mean. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to kind of discuss these buzzwords, quote unquote, that are popular but a little bit difficult to decipher. And then we're going to translate them with this list here. So my name is Ben with English from A to Z, and let's get started. So again, the corporate buzzwords I refuse to use. And you don't have to refuse to use them like the author here, but she's a native English speaker. What I want to do here is focus on both. Okay? So you're going to hear these a lot, whether you're a fan of the buzzword or not. I just want you all to be aware that it's going to happen if you're in a multinational company, a startup, small business, mid-size, mid-range business, what have you. We're going to kind of go through this list here. And let me just get my, let's see, nope. Okay. All right, so let's start with alignment. Alignment. You may be asking, what does that mean, alignment? Well, it is meeting and communications. That's our first section here. Meeting and communications. Alignment, agreement. When you're aligned with someone, you agree with them. When we're aligned, you see eye to eye. To use an idiom here to mix it up. But aligned is you're in agreement. You are on the same page. I'm using a lot of idioms right now. But basically, you agree, right? You see the same way, or you act the same way about a project, a budget, a product, what have you. And now this one you're going to hear a lot. Circle back. Circle back. And I hear this one a lot myself. Circle back. You're not literally circling back physically, but you're following up. You're making contact again about a meeting, about a topic, about a subject at hand. You are circling back. It means follow up. Ping. I'm going to ping you on Teams or Outlook. Ping is basically message. I'm going to send you a message or I'll send you an email. So it could be message. It could also be email. Let me write that down as well. So ping is message, but also email. Oh, I did not want to do that. Sorry, folks. There we go. So email, I'll put that here. Close the loop. Close the loop basically means wrap it up. Let's get to the end of the presentation. Let's close the loop on this. Let's wrap up the project. So that's what that means. Put a pin in it. You're not literally putting a pin in something like a physical pin. Putting a pin on it means to pause. So let's put a pin on it. Let's pause this thought. Let's go back to it later. Let's circle back. We'll follow up. But for now, put a pin in it. Pause it. Hard stop. I really got a hard stop at 10 a.m. Let's end then because I got another meeting. So hard stop means end, and it's a specific kind of end. There's no 5 minute later or 5 minute before. A hard stop means it ends when it ends. Offline. Let's take this offline. You'll often see somebody write, hey, let's take this offline. It means let's discuss it later on. Now is not the time. Let's not do this over email or phone. Let's talk about it later. Out of pocket. Hey, I'm out of pocket. My kid is sick. I gotta take him to a doctor's appointment. Basically, your boss or your colleague's unavailable, right? They're not going to respond. So important to keep that in mind. So these are, we checked off meeting and communications here. So we got the check mark. So again, alignment, agreement, circle back, follow up, ping, message or email, close the loop, wrap up, put a pin in it, pause, hard stop, end, offline, later, out of pocket, sorry, I'm unavailable. Good, very good. Let's go on to work and execution. Hey, do you have bandwidth to handle this assignment? Do you have time? Are you able to do this? Can I put this on your agenda, basically? So bandwidth means time. It's not really in my wheelhouse. I don't really do product development. If it's in your wheelhouse, you have the expertise. If it's out of your wheelhouse, you don't. So wheelhouse means expertise or knowledge base. Look, I got an action item for you. Can you take care of it by tomorrow at 10 a.m.? Action item is a task, another word for a task, something to complete, sometimes on short notice. If it's an action item, it's usually more urgent in English. Hey, we have these deliverables for our partner. Deliverable means an outcome. Okay, what's the meeting outcome? What is the product agenda outcome? What is the outcome of this quarter two, for example, for financial outcome? And then leverage. Leverage basically means, okay, what leverage do you have for this service? What use do you have it? How do we utilize it? So when you see leverage or utilize, it basically means use. How do you use? How do you use it? How do you use the product, the service? What leverage? What use do we have for this product or service, basically? Or what use do we have for this partnership? Let's say, hey, this is very seamless. This was very seamless. It means simple. If something's seamless, there's no friction, there's no issue, there's no errors. It's simple, it's easy to do. So when something in the business world is seamless, it's simple. Let's go for the low-hanging fruit. When your boss says, "Hey, let's go for the low-hanging fruit here. Let's go for the easy win. Let's get a win. Let's get the client. Let's get the agreement signed." When you see low-hanging fruit, it often means something that can be done easily for the company's benefit. And what's the value add for the customer? When you say that value add for the customer or client, it means benefit. What did they get out of it? What is the thing that they should take away from the product or service? So there we go. We got work and execution. And there we go. Just to review here, bandwidth. Let me move that back. So bandwidth, time. Do you have time? Wheelhouse, is it in your area of expertise? Hey, action item I got for you. Let's knock this task out. Deliverable, what's the outcome here? Leverage or utilize, what's the use for what we're doing? That was very seamless to do. Simple. Low-hanging fruit. Hey, that's an easy win for our sales team. What's the value add for the customer? What is the benefit here for the customer? So 2 down, 1 to go. And these are all buzzwords on the left. So on the left, they are all buzzwords. So I'll just write this here. So when it's kind of like business speak. So when you see buzzwords, I'm going to write this down. Business speak. Okay. Okay, so I'll leave that off to the side for this one. So when we say buzzwords, business speak. And on the right-hand side, we've just got regular English vocabulary. So when you see buzzwords, just think of business speak or business English vocabulary, which I've covered in my courses and also we do in our lessons. Last but not least, strategy and thinking. Okay, so strategy and thinking. Ideate means to brainstorm. When you think of idea, right? The base word idea, ideate, and basically means to brainstorm ideas, right? So when you're coming up with ideas for a product or service or what you're offering as a business, you're ideating or you're coming up, you're brainstorming, right? Learnings means lessons. Okay, what are the lessons learned? What are we learning here? So learnings might be British English more so, but basically mean what you're learning is what lessons are you taking from what we've developed. Let's move the needle here. Let's make progress. Let's move. You also would hear move forward. How do we move forward here? How do we make progress? So I'll write that down. Another one. I'll put, instead of make progress, we could also say move forward. Let me see if I can make this smaller here. Okay, great. So move forward, also kind of like make progress. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. So pivot means to change direction. Let's pivot to this idea, or let's pivot to what we had before. Change direction. So if they're asking you to pivot on what you're developing, a product or service, they're asking you to change direction, to move in a different direction. We got to scale the classes, we got to scale the courses, we got to scale our offerings. It just means to expand. We want more customers, we want more clients. When you scale, you're expanding what you're offering as a business. And hey, let's double click. Let's double click on that. Let's explore that further. Let's double click is like clicking, double clicking is like you're focused on. So wait, I did not mean to do that, but when you're double clicking, it's basically like, let's focus again on it one more time. So when you're double clicking, oftentimes you're exploring further. So that's kind of like looping around. Let's explore further. We're double clicking. We're going back to it. And mission critical. When you hear something's mission critical, it's absolutely the top priority. It's something that has to be done. If it doesn't get done, the business is not going to move forward. So it's the company's top priority. For better, for worse, when you're doing something that's mission critical, it's absolutely the number one priority. It is crucial to the success of the business. So let me just, sorry, I'm getting carried away with this, but there we go. So we went through strategy and thinking now, work and execution, meeting and communications, and then lastly, ideate again is to brainstorm. What you've learned is like the lessons you've learned. What have you come away with at the end of the day? When you move the needle, you make progress or move forward again. And then pivoting is changing direction, kind of like what I did here. I'm changed direction. You move. You're going. You're basically going back to where you want to go or changing direction, business wise in terms of focus. Scaling means expanding. Double clicking means to explore further, and mission critical is something that is crucial. And again, you don't have to use these buzzwords, but you're going to hear them. Even if you're not a native English speaker, I recommend learning them just for comprehension because you're likely going to hear them in an English-speaking business environment. But like I saw on LinkedIn, it's better to say what you mean. People will thank you. You don't have to dress up your English communication in corporate or business buzzwords, but I do think it's important for you to know them. But my job here at English from A to Z, and our job is to help you with business English. So it's important to know the business English vocabulary, the slang words or the buzzwords, the business speak that you're going to hear so that you can move forward with your English learning for professional reasons. But again, there's nothing wrong with the basic agreement, follow-up, expertise, task, outcome. That's a lot better than just using corporate slang, okay? So you don't have to go for the buzzwords, but it's good to know what they mean. And it's really, really good to know the right-hand side here, the regular English of business terminology background, but is proper English, let's say, rather than business slang. So again, say what you mean. You can mix in a little bit of buzzwords to kind of fit the mold, but you don't have to become a buzzword guru, right? You don't have to know every one, but I do expect you to understand what they mean. So that's why I'm focusing so much time on these definitions and also what these buzzwords actually mean and how do we translate into proper English. So again, that's our business English tip video. Please go to our website, www.englishfromatoz.com. Remember, hit that like button and subscribe to our English from A to Z channel. You can also check out our business English lessons, group classes, and courses on our website at the links below. I'll include those links in the description here on YouTube. And thank you all again so much for watching this latest business English tip. In this case, we're doing more tips in our business English video series. I do very much appreciate it, and I'll see you all soon for another English from A to Z business English video. Take care now. Bye-bye.